The funniest thing about anybody directing a book as numinous and as profound as Frankenstein is that all they need to do is to shoot the shoot. It is their story. The past is legendarily full of directors creating stars and starlets, abandoning them after asking too much of them, and as the actress becomes more fully herself, rejecting him, she is blacklisted or Weinstein. Blacklisting is a better word because it lets off the hook all the casting directors and directors who applied the blacklist, activated it. It helps the usually male fantasy hinted at thuddingly in The Brutalist, again the filming, that though he is not actually the talent in the shape-shifting sense, he is the creator. In this case, distinct from the Weinstein case, the producer, the one with no talent whatsoever. Why ever redo the Odyssey? It's already been made many times with the same actor. The Bourne Identity, etc., the squabbling CIA, the perfect image of Olympus, the young Damon and his native poetry, Franco Potente and all that glory. The Frankenstein films fail despite the best of source materials because the director will not make his or her biography, will not realize that that's what the story is. The doctor is a character to be done demonically, and he is so easily Elon Musk, any of our modern whizzes. It is seductive to wonder Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, surrounded by those thundering and beautiful narcissists, Percy, George Byron, where the novel really began. In the novel, the monster becomes just not them. Definitely, that is the Del Toro take, but he doesn't know it. I had a visitor once who drew sketches of everyone in my household one night. The sweet young lad had drawn 7 self-portraits. The brutalist thing happens over and over. It's a trait of our civilization, with the relentless neurotic drive to prove our worth as something better than the rest, especially the rich who live by the quantity over quality gospel. Looking out through the falling rain of marketing, you see the truly talented forget money, lose it, burn it, spend it, where the wealthy display it, hoard it in lieu of the rest. It is a different imbalance, and they will bugger you when drunk and jealous rage. In fact, the civilization is centered here. We have treaties and commandments because our nature, God tells us, is to kill and commit adultery. Our faith is intoned to protect us from ourselves. Perhaps the Lorenzo Medici buggered Michelangelo at the church. Guillermo cast an Adonis as the monster. My sense of Guillermo del Toro is that he's an exceptional fellow and a very nice person. But he might have a blind spot. We do often and still remain nice. It is an element of every non-acting director. But it might also be fun to see it, oh critics. Hint at it, point at it. Then he might have a good laugh at it. While the turgid Democratic Party and their media groupies insist democracy in America ended with Trump, it is interesting and counter-mythic that a Muslim mayor proves that American democracy never existed except by accident, and that Trump possibly, I don't know, might be a symptom of this actuality reaching a boiling point. It was, as the libertarians snark, founded as a republic, ruled by the few, the talented. Democracy was practically proscribed by the founders. All evidence has been to the contrary since the mysterious Plato woofed it years ago and birthed the West, that the republic creates good societies. The smallest quote, he believed that true justice requires rule by those with the most knowledge, philosopher kings, not by popular vote, end quote, Plato. There's plenty of evidence you can dig for yourselves, but this notion of the few runs through the veins of the many, the doomed West. Plato hated democracy like a Schumer and a Pelosi. He hated it. Even should a true Democrat emerge from the elitist mess we call education, the institutions and their relentless failures are rooted in the original documents and in the psyches of the men, the white men who wrote them. We believe Plato always. That's how we reward people. Populist is snarled at, then the podcasters moderated. Left or right-wing populist, both mistrusted, because after all, we are wiser than the popule. As Plato says, those with the most knowledge. Even here it is a dogma, not an intuition. This is that affair of state the Constitution describes, doling out rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, while ensuring that right means the right to buy, if you have the dough. Not really a right at all. How many congressmen and women are afflicted by the vanity of their enlightened princeness? The Supreme Court is the very manifestation of it. Some of us are trained to express ourselves or lie. It amounts to the same things, especially should you have no self to express. The arc of history clearly does not bend towards justice, but it might, if left unmanipulated by the ravagings of ideology, bend toward awareness, much more useful. That someone might not have the skill one develops in a good education, where you are asked from the get-go, what do you think or feel, as opposed to bad education, which is most of it, where you are told what to think and feel, is on the evidence obvious to even the most stupid PhD, just a matter of practice. The Democrat, small d, will not say, I know what you think and feel. They will ask you what you think and feel. They won't feel your pain. They'll wonder what you suggest to ease it. In fact, they will not really exist because they don't really exist. There's no expert of you but you. The psychiatrist trick that replaces the confessional with all the best intentions falls swiftly into redundancy when self-knowledge becomes a cultural value. At the moment, we are stuck at who tells the best lie best. It doesn't matter that Clinton bit his lip and felt your pain. He's a multimillionaire now with tons of health care he doesn't think you deserve as much as he does. That's how it goes.